Hey, Dr. Marco.
Dr. Marco. All right. Well, since
Yes.
Brad is here, everybody, hello and welcome to Level Up Live, your
Welcome.
monthly live show with me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as the Mechanic Critic, and with me is the ever amazing, ever wonderful guy I haven't seen in a millennia.
Brad Talton and Marco, it is great to be here with you now together. Again, after millennia of waiting. Let me tell you, the sequel's been a long time coming, but we're back. We're here.
Yeah, I mean, the sequel is always a month time coming, right?
Unless you have a time machine.
Unless you have a time machine and then, you do a temporal pincer where this is the last time Brad and I will ever meet from Brad's perspective, but this is the first time that Brad and I ever meet from my perspective.
What?
Have you not watched? There's a Nolan movie. What's the name of that? Uh,
Interstellar?
no, 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 no. Temporal pincer. Somebody
Is it
help me
really
here.
temporal pincer?
No, 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 no.
Um,
That's a name of something that happens in that movie.
Butterfly
Tenet,
effect?
Tenet, Tenet.
Tenet. Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, what
Huh.
a what a journey I had to take through. So everybody, we're gonna have an awesome
Yeah.
show for all of you this week. We are going to be talking about dads. That's a cool thing, dads. I mean, it was Father's Day very recently, so this show's gonna be. We're gonna be talking about dads. We're gonna have a mid-show
I got a
break.
dad.
Oh, wow. Almost as if nearly everyone biologically has a dad.
Don't overgeneralize.
Don't over. Okay. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't assume that everybody breathes air too.
I mean, what about the people that
The mole
that don't?
people. The mole people.
Yeah, what about the mole people?
The mole people don't breathe air, Marco. They breathe rocks. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh man, I remember there was this
I
one.
just can't believe that you could like go through millennia and everybody you meet breathes air
Yeah, it's
and has a
true.
dad, right?
As a dad, yeah.
Like like surely we must abolish dads at some point in the future,
We
right?
must abolish the concept of fatherhood. Now
Yeah,
that's now that's
the
that's that's truly how it goes. Well, Brad, before we step into the leagues of dadness, how are you, man? What's up? It's been a while.
well, it's been a while. I mean, things are busy. I'm trying to turn down the heat. I'm trying to finish up a lot of the things that I've started. So that's what life is these days is trying to finish what you start. We're
You know,
getting to the very end of Dead by Daylight. We're getting close to our next project launch. Um, I'm trying to finish more things and start less things.
I
Um,
like that.
and that's the yeah, yeah, I bet that's the refrain that everybody in the office is telling me is Brad, start less things. But there's so many cool things, Marco.
But Brad, maybe there's too many cool things. Syndrome
This is the
voice.
this is the problem with life is that there's too many cool things and they each take too long to do, and so you have to choose what cool things you're going to do.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's very difficult to not try to do them all. It takes a lot of discipline to not attempt to do every cool thing.
Brad, syndrome voice. If everything is cool, nothing is. You know?
Well, I mean, I no. If everything is cool, then everything is. Have you seen Cool World? I've
Cool
actually never
world.
seen Cool. I've never seen Cool World. I just assumed that was the plot of Cool World. Sorry,
What's cool
sorry to
world?
everyone who's watched Cool World.
How can you just blatantly lie like that? Haven't you watched Cool World? I haven't. It seems to
sorry,
be.
sorry.
I just googled Cool World. It does not look very family friendly. What?
Oh, whoops. Okay. They had a
Oh.
video game. I remember there was a video game.
Okay. This looks like some Who Framed Roger Rabbit
Yeah,
stuff.
it was from that era when they used to do animations on top of like live action footage.
This is restricted to anybody underneath 17 years old. So it's like
Oh,
almost
okay, never
rated
mind.
R. Do not watch
Wow,
this if
sorry.
you are a
Do
child.
not watch this. Never mind.
Yeah. It is you know what? I'm putting my foot down now. On this server, it's admittedly not cool world.
Okay,
Oh,
never mind. Let's cancel. Let's cancel that.
oh Brad. Oh Brad.
All right.
Oh man. You know, it's common courtesy to ask a guy how he's been doing after he asks you how you've been doing.
Yes. How have you been doing, Orca?
It's okay. My brother came to visit. You know, I said goodbye to that little monster, and you know, one thing I really hate. He's my little brother, but he's taller than me. That's it's always like this. The oldest in the family is always the shortest, and that frustrates me to my core. How dare he be taller? You know, I was here first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
You don't know how that feels, Brad. You're like
I don't know how that feels.
you're
I
like
can't relate.
6'8" or something. Like
Six two.
you're
I- I-
6'2"? You're crazy.
My brother's about that height. I think. My dad's still taller than me though.
You're so tall, Brad. Like I want everybody to know that when I met up with Brad in real life, he is like a head and a half taller than me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know.
What do you mean? You know, like you know,
I-
does that
You
mean
know, the
Brad's-
person always surprises me is Tom Vassell. Like Tom Vassell's like a head and a half taller than me.
Then you?
Yes.
So
Yes. it's
Tom
like-
Vassell is a giant.
Mhm.
That's what I'm finding out right now. Like, here's a question for you, Brad. Do people ask you if you play basketball all the time?
Mm-mm. No.
No,
Nobody asked me that.
that's crazy.
No.
That's crazy. In my country, if you're at least 5'5", they ask you if you play basketball. Because in my country, that's tall.
I see.
So
Well-
I always get that question. You play basketball? No. I watch basketball anime. Does that count?
That's basically the same thing.
That's basically the same thing.
From my experience, yeah. Basketball is watching everybody else run faster than you.
Okay. Well, Brad, let's stop beating around the bush and let's get to our first segment, okay? The first segment is called It's a Dad Thing, where we talk about dads. You can talk about yourself as a dad, because you are. You can talk about your dad. I'm gonna talk about my dad. So, you know, you pick whatever aspect of dadliness you want to talk about. Because I'm gonna go share some stories about my dad.
Well, gosh, what can I say about my dad's? It's pretty special. It's pretty special to have a kid. I'm really enjoying being a dad, but it's tough sometimes. It's definitely like now that I have a daughter, I'm kind of like reliving my childhood from the other side. I'm seeing her get upset about all the things that I got upset about as a kid, and kind of realizing like why my parents didn't care so much, like didn't think it was a big deal.
Oh no!
Like whenever my world was ending, and they're like, yeah, whatever. You know, so it puts a lot of things into context, being on the other side of that equation.
Does it
And
give you more appreciation for your dad or your parents?
yeah. Pretty much. I think there's some things that I appreciate more about my parents. It is, it's a mixed bag. I think really it puts it all in perspective when you do it from the other side. So I'd say that it's been a valuable part of the human experience.
Wow.
But my own dad, I talk to him every couple weeks, and he's doing all right. I know he's good. He's retired. Does the occasional odd job around his town, but they live in rural North Carolina, so it's it's farming country, and everybody does favors for everybody else, that kind of thing.
Real Harvest Moon hours here.
Yeah, right. So like he's got like a rollback truck, and someone's like, hey, can you take this generator over here to this construction site, or can I borrow your backhoe for a week, that kind of stuff. And
Interesting.
yeah,
That's the most
then
rural thing I've ever heard. Like,
can I borrow your backhoe for a week?
yeah, can I borrow your... What's a backhoe? Is there a front hoe?
No, backhoe is you probably just have to Google it. You'll know immediately what it is.
Okay.
It's construction equipment.
It's construction equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like for digging. It's like for digging ditches and stuff.
Oh, I see. Brad. 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 Brad isn't real. I think we lost Brad. He's gone. He's gone. I googled backhoe, and this looks like when he said construction equipment, it looks like an excavator. It looks like one of those like machines that you buy in a Tonka train set. Hey, what's Ligma? I'm kidding. Rip Brad. Steve Jobs. He fell in the ditch. He fell in the hole that the backhoe made. It's just... Why does this look like a meme? Like, I found an image on Google Images that just says, excavator versus backhoe. It's just... Yeah, it's just this.
Hello?
Hello, Brad. Welcome back. Ho.
Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Now I can hear you. We lost you a bit there.
Yeah, no, I'm still lost. I'm on my phone now. I switched to my cell phone and turned off my Wi-Fi because the internet here just went down.
Well, oh no! And I thought,
Yeah.
well, what happened? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't know what happened. This is probably
Big excavators trying to stop you from telling us about backhoes. That's what's happening.
I see. Yes. The big excavation lobby has gotten onto me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Wow.
wanted to sell more excavators, but here you are telling us about backhoes. That's what they needed. That's what they did. They tried to silence you. But you know what, Brad? Like, it's really interesting.
You gotta dig deep in to get the truth.
Yeah, dads are an enigma. Like, to me, honestly, I feel like dads are an enigma because I sometimes forget dads are people. Does that make sense?
What does that mean? That's so cancelable, Marco. Why don't you tell us what you mean by that?
I mean, I'm saying, like, I know my dad is my dad, right? Like, he's my dad, right? Like, I sometimes forget that he was his own person prior to being my dad, right? Like,
I get what you mean. Yeah, your parents are kind of like this force of nature, right? They're like, like the sun and the moon and the the passage of the seasons. Also, there's parents.
Yeah, exactly.
And they fit into that category.
Yeah. You don't know that your dad, like, if you really think about it, your dad went through his own, like, anime-esque, like, love story, went to school like you do, didn't understand how to get a job like you did, and it's
well, I think it's the context, right? Even when we talk about them, we're like, my dad, like, that is their role in the story, is is their relationship to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And it's not about them at all.
Yeah, I'm the protagonist of my own story.
Yeah,
my dad's
right.
Just
it's easy to lose sight, right? Yeah, that like I said, it's like a force of nature. Like, they're part of the setting of your world and not a character on the stage, because they're not allowed to ever not be a character, right?
Yeah, that's true. You want to hear some crazy stories about my dad? Like, the true force
Sure.
of nature that he is? So one time I was on my computer. This was when I was in high school. And my dad just comes home and goes like, Marco, look. I'm like, okay, what? I look around. I was playing League of Legends, I think. It was a terrible day for me because I was playing League of Legends.
Mhm.
And he goes like, "Look," and I look away from the screen, and I see that he has taken his shirt off and has shown me his back, and there's like a 2 to 3 inch gash on his back, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Dad, what happened? Are you okay?" And he's like, "It was just the eagle." I'm like, "What the heck do you mean it was just the eagle?"
Mhm.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, we got an eagle." I'm like, "We just got one? Okay, all right." Like, I didn't even know we had one. And he's like, "Yeah, it'll be no problem. I'll just put some antiseptic on it, and I'll be fine." Like, why'd you feel the need to show me? He's like, like, how powerful are eagles, huh? And I'm like, "Aren't you an engineer?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, no, your dad is crazy.
Truly an hour. One time I think I was watching YouTube videos, and he was like, "Marco, I need help." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem." He's like, "I need help to getting stuff out of the car." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And he's like, "Open the trunk." I open the trunk, and there's 20 baby pigs in it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, baby pigs, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, but why? Why do we have so many?" He's like, "We need more." I'm like, "What do you mean we need more?"
Oh my goodness. You can't have too many pigs.
You can't have. I think there is such a thing as too many pigs, Brad.
No way. Like pigs are so useful.
Too useful. I don't know, man.
Too useful.
All they did was squee in the back of that car. But yeah.
I mean, look, if somebody comes by and offers me a pig, like I'll take that pig like every day.
Okay, would you take a pig or a dog?
Pig will be more useful than dog.
Pig would be more useful than dog? All
Yeah.
right. Brad himself said it.
I mean, look, what is the resale value of the pig versus the resale value of the dog? Answer
We're
me that.
thinking about purely in utility and not in friendship?
Well, a pig can be a great friend too.
I guess that's true. But I don't like Peppa Pig, so pigs are kind of down on me.
What? Peppa Pig is a celebrity in this household.
Well, yeah, but compare that to Bluey.
Okay, well, yeah.
Who will
like,
win in a fight,
speaking of
Peppa
dads-
Pig or Bluey?
Speaking of dads, like let's talk about like the top TV dad of all time.
Bandit Healer?
Is Bandit Healer from Bluey.
Dude.
Gosh.
I've seen way too many like Twitter posts that are like, if you want to be attractive to women, just act like this character from Bluey.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this true? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, Bandit Healer is like a true dad, a true guy.
So a role model to which we can all aspire.
Yeah. Did you know that he was voted Australia's best dad? Like among
I
all
believe it.
all dads in Australia, even real ones.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me that it would be a fictional character, but it also doesn't surprise me that it would be Bandit among all. Yeah, too good. Too good.
Icebot makes a very valid argument. Pigs can't even drive cars in Death Road to Canada, the video game, and at least dogs can drive cars, making dogs better.
I suppose. Guess.
YouTube chat's getting
Death
really
Road,
weird.
Canada?
Death Road, Canada. It's like Mad Max, but you go to Canada.
Well, if I get caught in Mad Max, would I definitely want a pig over a dog because I need my emergency food supply.
Oh, Brad, come on.
What? Do you want to eat the dog or the pig? It's better eating on the pig.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna skip
Let's
this
be practical.
let's talk about some level 99 dads, Brad. Let's talk about some of your favorite dads from level 99 games.
Oh man, I don't know if there's a lot of good. How many good dad role models are there in?
I mean, is Alexian a good dad role model?
I think so. I mean, he's we don't know too much about his specific relationship with Marjoram, but we assume that things are okay because she's okay.
So,
She
quick
becomes a
question.
powerful, independent warrior.
Powerful, independent warrior. Hey, so quick question
Yeah.
about the Alexians, right? Alexian's
Yeah.
his last name, right?
Yeah.
Or his only name. So
No, it's his last name.
okay, so what is his name?
Percival Alexian.
Okay. Does he drop his first name when he becomes king or something?
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's King Alexian, right? Just like it's Overlord Rexon. Well, he still has a first name, but nobody uses it anymore.
No, that's true.
But yeah,
Okay, Brad.
yeah, no, still.
Deep lore. I need some deep lore on Millennium Blades. Because Franz
Okay.
Aplenty is a dad I truly, truly want to know more about.
Gosh, I honestly I can't give you the deep lore on this because this is a character like the NPC characters were created by Josh, so he holds all of the lore for all of those characters.
Okay, for people who don't know who Franz
there is
Aplenty is, Franz Aplenty is Dex's dad, and he has the same hair. But he's just a
It must-
middle-aged dude.
You know, I think it takes a lot of dad energy to wear the same hairdo as your son
But that's
when he's
just his
on
natural-
the CCG Pro Tour.
Yeah, that's true. But that's just his natural hair, right?
I don't know.
Like it's
I
genetic.
mean, I assume
right?
that things like gel and color exist, but I figure if because there's no way that Dex's hair is normal. So if his dad's wearing the same hair, that it's because he's showing support.
I see. All right. Well, Brad,
Right?
Brad, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's support or if he's like just make like, you know, he's making fun of Dex.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
I see.
maybe he's doing it like, you know, that thing where you want to do a cool thing, so to convince you not to do it, your parent does it to make it uncool. You know what I'm talking about?
see. I think you have to look at the art and make your own judgment about what's going on there.
Oh, okay. Dex Aplenty. He's a carpenter. I hate you. I just read chat. Oh no, I'm dying. Okay, Brad, here's the last one. Who's the worst level 99 fictional father? Like, who's the worst?
The worst.
The worst.
worst. I mean, gosh, probably Joel.
Joel! Not even Dragon King Greyheart. An actual supervillain.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he's up there too. But we're getting to the realm when we talk about Joel and Greyheart. We're talking about dads that like don't meet their kids until right before they die on stage. like don't even really get to know their kids. So I don't know that it's fair to even make the comparison because you know, like at what point is it not a relationship and merely, you know, genealogy?
Okay,
Right.
that's fair. So,
you know,
for
I mean,
people
like,
who don't know,
yeah.
who's Joel's kid? Who's Joel's
so
dad to?
Joel's kid is Rixia from Argent, Rixia Van Sorrel, and he doesn't even he's never really even meets her. Like
Wow.
they like he goes and talks to Caitlin and he's like, I want to meet her, and she's like, no. He's like, fine.
Fine. He just accepts it. Oh man. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's the you know,
That's
I don't
the
know all
jo-
the details of the story that hasn't yet been written, but you know, then he goes off on his adventures and dies. So
What a
Yeah,
dad
tough-
thing to
tough
do.
rap.
He goes off on his adventures and dies.
yeah.
Does that mean Caitlyn is his ex? Probably.
They were like anyway, they were never together.
I see.
They just have a kid.
If he dies 3 times, he qualifies for sainthood.
Wow.
That's dumb. You know what? Okay. Before we get too lost in the dad sauce, Let's go. Let's go for a little mid-show break here. Brad, please tell me, who is this episode of Level Up Live sponsored by?
So this episode of Level Up Live is sponsored by our Discord boosters, who continue to boost our Discord. When you boost the Discord gets boosted, and then everybody gets access to all kinds of Discord boost features,
including some. We got some stickers. We got some emojis. Again, feel free to ask me for some emojis. I'm gonna still put them in. And what else, Brad? What else do you get for being a Discord booster?
So you get $10 a month in the online store as bonus credit. So you get cheaper, or you get basically what you put in back in terms of products. So if you're going to buy anything from us, you can just become a Discord booster and then buy it and get a discount on it.
He's free, technically.
Yeah, basically it's free to become a Discord booster if you were going to buy something anyway.
What else? What have you been boosting for a while?
Finally, if you've boosted for the whole year, which after 12 months, which we're coming up on, we have a special surprise for you, which is going to be mailing out fairly soon for some of our boosters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it will be. Yes. So make sure to.
Thank you.
Oh no! Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So make sure, if you've been boosting, to keep sending in those tickets. Make sure that you keep alerting us of those, so that we can track them. And the moment you get to 12, it'll be pogged. It'll be great. Let's just say that you'll be the envy of all of your friends.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. We've got something really cool worked out, and I'm excited. I'm excited to send it out, and I'm excited to see everybody's reactions to it. So when you get your special gift in the mail, make sure that you post about it and style on everybody else. It's gonna be cool.
Absolutely. You will be like so special and so awesome. Nobody else will be able to withstand your power. But Brad, mid-show break also means I have a mid-show game. Are you ready, Brad? Are you ready for this?
Or is it a mid-game show?
It's a mid-game show!
Or a mid-show game show. Game show break.
Game show break game show. Show game he, me, him, me, him.
Mid-break show game in any combination you like, repeated twice.
Repeating, of course. Everybody, welcome to the Steam Forge. It's a new game that I came up with, where Brad and the chat will judge video games. So you see, Brad, I've come to realize that we don't have enough games where you and chat get to, shoot the breeze about something, It's always going to be about me quizzing you guys. No! I subverted that expectation. I have quite a selection of some Steam games here. I'm going to read you guys its title, read you guys its tags, and then finally read the description. Every step of the way, you guys say yay or nay. And at the very end, you guys tell me whether or not it's worth a wish list. All right? So
okay.
Feel free
I'm going to switch back to my computer now that the internet's working again. So
okay.
Be right back.
Sure. It's substantially less. Wow, substantially? Vi, really?
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome back, Brad. This will make for some very interesting audio in the VOD. Brad?
All right.
Are you
Yes,
back?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I was terrified.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do. Game number 1 is called Novalands. And it is automation, adventure, sandbox, base building. What do you think about that so far, Brad?
I mean, I like all of these words, and they sound great together. I play this game.
What you already
What's
played it?
Novaland?
Yeah, Novalands.
Novalands. Okay.
Okay, before you don't look it up yet.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking it up yet.
Yeah, because I'm gonna read the description, and you're all gonna have to tell me whether or not it's worth a wish list or not based on those alone.
Well, I was about to hit wish list based on the tag words that you mentioned.
Well, okay, Brad, come on, you play the game.
But my threshold for wish listing on Steam is pretty low.
Okay. Well, I guess you just give your wish list to any game, huh?
Okay. Read the description.
Nova Lands is a factory building, exploration, and island management game. Explore, engage in combat, and automate your industry. The planet you're on is full of mysteries, creatures, people, and things to do. Welcome to your new home amongst the stars.
Yeah, I definitely wish listing this.
Alright.
You know what this reminds me of actually?
Factorio?
Is no. I mean, Factorio. It's actually less like Factorio than I think it is going to be like Forager.
That's fair. It does sound
Have
a
you
bit like
played Forager yet?
Yes, I have played
Yeah.
Forager. So
Yeah, Forager has a lot of that stuff going on too.
yeah, that's fair.
Especially the like unlock islands, automate your factory kind of thing. So it looks like Forager, where it's more of an action game outside of the factory management simulation, right?
Yeah, that's fair. So if you're into
So-
Forager or Factorio but cartoons, Nova Lands, give it
Yeah.
a try. Chat, what do you think? Is it a wish list or is it not a wish list? All right, okay. Seems like a crime doer over here likes wants to wish list it. Okay, let's move on to the next game.
Oh, hold on, I got to sign into Steam so that I can wishlist it.
Okay.
Just a second.
All right.
All right. Let's see here.
All right.
Oh, that's weird. I'm not seeing the authenticator email. Well, I guess you just have to go on without me.
Okay, well, Brad's again. Brad, please, no, don't. We're here. We're your friends.
Okay. All right. I've added it to my wish list.
Awesome. All right.
All is right with the world.
All is right with the world. Monkey spot twist at the end. Don't worry about it. Okay, here's next. This game is called Dice Folk. It is a turn-based strategy 2D roguelike deck builder.
That is a lot of words, and yeah, dice in the title definitely throwing up a couple flags. But dice. I mean, Dice and Dungeons was great.
That's
so,
true.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could... Truly, what is the worst? Play as a chimera...
What's this game called again?
Dice Folk. Like...
Folk. I think, like... I really have to see, like, the visuals on a game. And the fact that, like, these are not... Are these anthropomorphic dice, or are they not?
I don't know. I don't know. You're so confused, right? Let me read the description.
I see an anime protagonist, yeah.
Let's read the description. Play as a chimera summoner. Go on an adventure, recruit new chimeras, and build the perfect squad. Command your chimeras using unique dice mechanics to lead your squad to victory.
Okay. I think that this is a game that I want to wait and see on this one. I'll see if my friends are talking about it, and if they are, then I'll get involved. But I'm not gonna be a day one for this game.
You're not gonna be a day one for this game. I see.
No. And dice are not an auto sell for me. It's rather much the opposite.
It's the opposite. I see.
I dislike dice, so I will attempt to not buy a game with dice until I'm proven otherwise.
You dislike dice that much, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You might dislike some new characters coming up.
Uh-oh. Well, let's see. Not all dice games are bad. For this one, I would think I'd wait a little bit. Also, like the Monster Collector or Builder Sim is not quite my cup of tea.
Not a Pokemon fan, Brad?
Not really. I got in my 10,000 hours when I was like 10, and now I'm done.
Okay, but you're a Persona guy.
Yeah, I'll play Persona.
Persona's just Pokemon with extra steps.
Mostly for the story. Yeah.
Okay, fair. 100%.
Yeah, I'm not one of those
wishlist.
people that has to collect every different Persona. I want to see who the killer is in the end.
That's true. What if the true killer was the friends we made
so-
along the way?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. That is actually the plot of every Persona game. But let's go on.
All right. Okay. Next up, Gravity Circuit. Action indie platformer with 2D pixel graphics.
Sounds promising. What's the description?
Gravity Circuit is a flashy, action-packed 2D platformer in the spirit of console classics. Follow Kai, a lone operative war hero who harnesses the mysterious powers of the Gravity Circuit, an adventure in a futuristic world inhabited by sentient robots.
Let me check the visual style of this game, because I think that this game is going to ride or die on its visual style.
I see.
So Gravity, what's it called? Gravity
Circuit.
Falls?
Gravity
okay.
Falls is a TV show.
Oh, okay. Well, not that one then. Gravity Circuit. Okay, so I'm getting the kind of like, Mega Man.
Mega Man X, Mega Man X vibes, right?
No, original NES for sure. Like the limited color palette says that it's original. It's 8-bit style, even though they're not using an 8-bit palette, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's definitely done in the 8-bit homage style. You can kind of tell how everybody has like one or two colors in their sprite.
Yeah.
No, this looks really cool. I would definitely give this a play. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. Awesome.
It does look maybe a little too much like playing the homage to Mega Man a little high, but
It's too Mega Man-y. We can't say that. We made Millennium Blades.
The robot intros are a little bit. Oh, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool. We like our homages.
All right, Brad. Here's the last game before we head into the second half of the show.
Okay.
Who's Your Daddy is the title.
Hmm.
It's a funny multiplayer first-person indie comedy game.
Huh.
You want me to read the description?
Huh. Yes.
Who's Your Daddy is a casual multiplayer game featuring a clueless father attempting to prevent his infant son from committing accidents. Play up to 7 of your friends and test your parenting skills in a competitive setup with wacky physics and over 60 potentially ominous household items.
This is terrible. This is terrible. I don't think I'm okay with anything that's happening in this.
So that's a nay from Brad. That's a nay from Brad.
As the baby, are you like, so one player is the baby and one player is the dad,
Yes.
and you as the baby you try to die.
Oh, no. Don't say that. But yeah, like
I'm trying to understand the premise of the game here, Mark.
I think the baby.
This baby heading towards a bottle of bleach on the and I'm like,
No.
and I'm as an actual dad, I'm horrified, right?
Oh no!
and-
Is that what this game is about? I just saw it on the Steam front page. I guess because it's
Okay.
Father's Day, so I just picked it. Oh no! So that's a no from
It's-
Brad.
This is a hard no from me. No, as an actual dad, I think this is horrifying.
Now that I know the premise of this game, I think it's a no for
Right.
me.
Yeah, I guess actual surgeons also think Surgeon Simulator is horrifying. So
Yeah, that's true.
who knows? Maybe actual house flippers are disgusted by House Flipper.
Sorry, you just
I liked House Flipper.
let's make a game called House Flipper, but what you do is you flip a house like you would flip a table.
With a backhoe?
With a backhoe! Yes! We've done it, boys! Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. And that's been the Steam Forge. A cute little game that I thought up of. Brad, let's move on to the second segment of this live cast. Segment 3, which I call Forward to the Future. Not, the opposite of Back to the Future.
Okay.
Here, let's talk a little bit about, you kind of like gave us a little taste of it in segment one. Let's talk a little bit about the future of Level 99, coming from this point forward. You said you wanted to start less cool things. Like, what made you think that way?
I, I think that you could read that a lot of ways. Not starting less cool things, but starting fewer things that are the most cool.
Ah, I
Just
see.
to clarify the position.
Okay. So it's not that you want to start less cool things and then do boring things. It's just that we have to pick which of the coolest things are the coolest things.
Yeah, yeah, and I love doing the licensed games, but it does kind of it gets in the way of making all the cool worlds that we get to make in you know all of these different worlds that we get to make in what's the word in our original games, right?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
so I'm wary of I want to slow down a bit on doing licenses and kind of try to keep it limited to a couple. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Does this
So
mean we'll finally get, I don't know, like, I guess a lot of people are probably wondering, wait, Seventh Cross, are we going to get Seventh Cross soon?
um, we have a game in the Seventh Cross universe that we are putting together
No dates,
at this
though.
time. No dates. No dates. I'm way past promising dates. Um,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know.
Okay,
The
okay, okay.
we keep it. I don't want to. I think the worst thing you can do is the thing I did, which is to talk a lot about a game and then not finish it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I am. I kind of want to focus on the things which are in the near future, which is we're doing our next. Well,
Kickstarter?
we're going to be announcing our next project pretty soon
Oh,
in August, and then we've got more bullet stuff coming out later
oh.
this year.
I'm so
And
excited for the
then
new bullet stuff, Brad.
yes, yeah, hearing you and Josh talk about it has gotten me excited too. There's
Ah.
definitely some cool things happening in the bullet verse.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You're gonna dislike one of the characters based on my understanding of what you just said about Dice Folk. So, we-
I mean, I'm not opposed to dice done tastefully.
oh, that's fair. That's fair.
But I digress. Really trying to do more with what we've already done. In our industry, there's a lot of games coming out, and there's a lot of a race to make more and more and more things,
Uh-huh.
right? And to kind of push the envelope on this game product, right? Which is, you know, it's kind of when we've reached a almost like more is less kind of situation, right?
More is
I
less,
think
or less is more.
no more. Well, both, right? The inverse of less is more is less, right?
Mm.
And I look at like the Gloomhaven RPG that comes out. It looks stellar, and for $500 you can get like 600 miniatures uh, in these boxes. I think it's like 545 for their top tier, and it comes with 603 miniatures or something like that.
That's
And I'm like, well,
an
well,
absurd amount.
yeah, what are you gonna do with those? Because that's like 8 Warhammer armies, right? Of miniatures. Like it used to be that you'd kind of collect these slowly and paint them and get to know them over the years, but now there's so much. There's so much stuff, and the factor of kind of treasuring this stuff, making it important to you and valuable to you is often overlooked in the race to make the next thing. So this is my feeling, is that what we do in the future has to somehow go beyond just being a game. It's got to be more than just this game product. And I'm not sure exactly what form that's taking, but it's got to capture a bit of the kind of the magic that we had with the original, like, Babcon and minigame library, and like these games where you discover more and more as you play, and they inspire you to play over and over again. I think that I think there's a lot of modern games where you get all this stuff, and then you're like, well, but now I'm not gonna play that. I just remember getting Bloodborne, right? And it was like $300, and I got like 12 boxes. The box was like bigger than Catherine was. And it was full of all this stuff. And I got like 8 expansions for Bloodborne. And I'm like, man, this is really cool. And, I've opened the base box. And I tried it, and that was about enough for me. That was good. I would have been satisfied with the base box. But the base box was not presented as the minimum viable product. And I mean, obviously it was, but no, right? You got to get all this exclusive stuff.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah, and not only that, all this exclusive stuff, but it's all got to be tied to the gameplay, right? Like, it's got to be playable content. It's got to be another campaign. It's got to be another story, or another character. So I don't know. I've gotten to this point in board gaming where I feel like more is less. I really want concentrated, distilled experiences that are essential.
You've
'Cause I know I can. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny to me because I've been kind of observing this, right? Like, prior to working for you, I was actually in the video game industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this trend of more is less as well over there. I don't know, like, do you even keep up with AAA releases anymore? Because, like, all of them are just going to be the same, like, 3D, HD, high fidelity, immersive sim, open world with crafting. You know what I mean? Like, everything's just Bioshock Infinite or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I got, like you said, like, Tears of the Kingdom is pretty good, but I get what you mean, right? Like from a player perspective, is how many of the top AAA games are really distinguishable, right? Like, if you look at Call of Duty and
Far Cry and
Overwatch 2 and all these others, like, kind of the differentiating factors are not gigantic. They're not insignificant, but they're from the outside it is tough to parse.
Yeah, and
anyway,
no,
we're getting yeah.
No, but that's the point, right? Like, a lot of these games, I don't really look into AAA games anymore because they, what do you call this? Like, they focus so much on aesthetics and the big technology stuff that I feel like the gameplay is an afterthought that exists just to show off their rendering engine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, a game is sold on, like, how many particles it can show on screen at the same time, and, like, live immersive city, whatever. But, like, what's the gameplay? Oh, yeah, you're a first-person guy and you shoot people with guns. Like, okay, well, I guess. Like, it's kind of similar.
I've done that a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds very similar. Like, I'm seeing the same thing happen with board games, right? Where it's like a lot of projects are, we wanted to make a miniatures Kickstarter, but also we want, like, the game is there so that you feel like you can do something with them, right?
Yeah, miniatures Kickstarter, and then we came up with the game.
Yeah.
Or, but I think that's the thing, right? Like, if I want to play a 100-hour JRPG, I can go and play Dragon Quest, right? I don't need to buy a board game to get that experience. The experience I wanted a board game is playing a 100-hour JRPG in 2 hours with 4 friends at the table.
That would be
That's
fun.
kind of what I wanted to deliver, right? But we're, again, kind of, that product is only a $60 product, and so it doesn't fulfill the niche that you need on Kickstarter. And if you can't go to Kickstarter, you cannot, like, fund your production for the game. And so the market kind of warps the kind of games that we're allowed to make.
That's a really interesting insight.
Well, I don't know if it's Ultimate Insight. But yeah, like stores don't buy a lot of games. They just want staples like Ticket to Ride and X-Wing. And then the mass market, they just want like the same thing they've wanted for the past 10 years, which is just irreverent party games. That's all that really moves in the space. So
irreverent party games.
seriously, that is the category: irreverent party games.
It has to be
That's what
irreverent and the party game at the same time, huh?
Yes, that's what they solicit is cards and cards clones. I'm not even joking. Like,
I guess that's true, right?
like
even
family friendly is actually a non-starter for a lot of mass market.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
Well, not anyway. This is interest. This is the stuff that people are interested in, Brad. Insights into the industry.
Okay.
Like, don't treat it like it's like a throwaway, whatever, right? Like, these insights might seem pretty basic to you and me, but like for people who aren't in our positions, they wouldn't know this stuff, right? Like, I think it's a thing, right? Like I actually tried making a JRPG board game once. And and it basically tried to do the thing you were saying, right? Like it's an entire JRPG in like 2 hours or maybe even like 45 minutes, right? And I don't know, it gets hard, right? Like I guess the point is that it's hard, right? Abstracting to the point where
it's hard to do more with less, or to find what's essential.
Because it's just easier to take an actual video game or the idea of a video game and then just write a 200-page rule book dictating how you should play it, like you were a computer, right? Like it's technically just easier to do that.
Right.
Like distilling the essence of something the same way you did with BattleCon, right? It's just, I don't know how you do it. It's insane. I don't know how you and Josh do it. But
I think we all did it with Dead by Daylight too.
Oh, that's true.
This is the game where everybody says it's not at all like the video game, but it's exactly like the video game, and I don't know how.
Dude, it's so like when people finally got their hands on it, like how everybody was like saying like the board isn't like an exact like intricate space board with like hexes or tiles and stuff. And then when everybody finally got the game, they're like, I completely understand why they did it this way. And I'm like,
yes, all of those comments make me feel incredibly vindicated. Thank you.
Yeah, like everybody, it's kind of crazy because it's like Dead by Daylight, the board game, basically, if you look at it on the surface level, comes off as one of those, like, it's a minis Kickstarter thing, right? But literally, quite literally, like, people are like, Marco, this is like my 50th time playing this game in the like past 3 months. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you playing it like 2 to 3 times a week?
Even Davey was telling me the other day. He's like, every time I go home to like my nephew's request to play Dead by Daylight with me, the board game with me, and it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, I mean,
so it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
It's vindicating, right? Because it's like you really built this game to be played, right? And
well, we did, yeah. And I think what I would really want to say, while we're here talking about that, is that you who are listening to us really make all the difference when you tell us that, when we hear that you've got this game and that you're playing it, that you've played it, and that you've enjoyed it, right? That it's made a difference to you, or that it's that it's given you a chance to interact with friends and family in a special way. Because the temptation is in a void, or in the the people that we meet when we're doing business are most often the people who are transactional, right? They look at the game and they say, well, is this game worth my money? Is this value here? Trade money, receive game, and we're done. And when we, the way to interact with those people, the proper way to interact with those people is to design a product that appears to have maximum value, right? Regardless of whether or not there's real value under the surface.
True.
And so Yeah, so we're like, so when we go the extra mile, we put in that real value. The only reward we're gonna see for any of that is to have you recognize it. There's nothing else beyond that positive feedback. Like, making a great game doesn't mean that it's gonna sell very well. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be recognized or it's gonna win awards, or that it's gonna kick back to you in any way beyond the human rewards of having people enjoy it. So so that's what really, I guess I'd say that's what we really develop for, and that's what matters to us is when we hear you say that
You're
you've
pogged.
had a great time with the game and that it's been special to you. Yeah.
You're pogged. I mean, like,
Anyway, there's my my soapbox announcement.
I mean, it's true. It's true. I mean, honestly, it's true, right? Like, I literally live for the moments where people go, like on Twitter or on Facebook, and just go like, "Just played Argent, it's freaking a blast," and I'm like, "Heck yeah!" Right? Like, and that's it, right? Like, it's so, it's not frustrating, right? But it's like, you're right in that all that love and care and attention that we put, it doesn't really mean that it sells well, right? It just we're trying our best to make sure that people pog up about the game, and the only real reward is the friends we make along the way, right?
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
So
And-
I really
And
appreciate
maybe the reward you get as an artist for knowing that that you've done the best of your ability. On a
Yeah,
project.
yeah, of course. That you've poured your soul into it, and that hopefully other people feel it too, right?
Yeah.
Brad, we still have like 5-10 minutes left, so I think I'm gonna open the floor up to some Q&A. For people who want to ask Brad and me some questions, feel free to ask them now on the YouTube chat or on the Discord chat, stage chat. While we're waiting, I just want to say that, Brad, hey, if it means anything, I love your games.
Well, thanks, Marco. I love your games too.
Oh, thanks.
I think what was it was kind of a negative context, but it meant a lot to me when you said that like I think Dead by Daylight's one of the best games we've ever made, and the challenges that we're facing in logistics. I hate them because they're such a distraction from the great game that we made.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really, it's true. It was a meaningful thing to recognize that that I think that's what really what bothers me the most about this game is that not everybody's gotten it yet.
Yeah, because the moment I think here's my point, Brad. The moment people have it in their hands, they'll love it, right? That's just been the case.
Yes.
Everybody who has gotten the
Yes.
game has basically loved it. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna get there.
So we'll get there. But
Okay.
yeah, the moment that I felt like is the most artist thing you've said to me over the course of the thing. Is not it's was the why, was that why, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah.
Okay, Brad.
The,
let's answer some questions here from chat. You okay?
Yeah.
right.
Let's answer questions from chat.
Argent RPG. Argent RPG.
Yeah. What do we say? So Argent RPG, I'm honestly in the process of making the 2024 schedule still. I'm still deciding on exactly what we're gonna do. My plan is to push some other things out of the way and get the RPG done next year.
Wow.
Because I'm tired of waiting around. I wanted to, I think I mentioned before that I wanted to kind of set up a whole RPG division and make it a thing that we could support. But, I think that we can also build the RPG as a standalone game and not have to go so all in on role-playing games. It can just be that we're a board game company that makes a role-playing game product
Yeah, that's completely
now
fair.
and then, and that's okay.
Yeah, we've done it
But
before,
yeah,
right?
I've kind of been waiting for us to to go all in on role playing games, and it doesn't look like it's going to play out that way. So, but I'm not going to let the game die just because just because of not setting up, not being able to double the size of the company.
Grabs Brad by the collar. As long as I'm
Yeah.
here, I won't let it die. I just played Argent
Yes,
yesterday.
yeah, that's No, I need to get back into this game too, because I hear the stories about how much fun you guys have with it, and I'm like, I should be playing this game more.
You should see the folders and folders of fan art I have. By the way, I have an entire OST and I'm still commissioning like a cover art for it. And I'm going to send it to you. And you are going to have to suffer and listen to the entire OST of my Argent game. That's it.
Is it got lyrics?
No, it does not have lyrics. I wish
You gotta
it
have your
did.
players like narrate over it, and
Oh no.
like, read their in character poetry over the back.
Oh no, slam poetry. All right.
Yes.
That Millennium Blade set rotation expansion reprint when?
This quarter, where we've got it at press. It's just a matter of signing the purchase order and ordering it. So it'll probably be arriving close to Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dose.
Oh, yes. Affirmative.
Affirmative. Wow. No longer going to be based on the core. Like, did the core game sell well enough that we're doing this?
I mean, well, we know that the core game is a perennial seller, a millennial seller even. So yes, we could keep the expansion in stock. It's just been that it needs to be updated for a new printer.
Makes sense.
And now that because we switched printers after Collusion, and the new printer had not ever printed the game before, so we had to go through the whole pre-press process in order to get our reprint ready. But that process is done. Quinn finished that up, and so now we can print it whenever we're ready.
Awesome.
Thanks, Quinn.
Yeah. I really appreciate your sentiment of less being more and about death. I just wanted to say, yeah, thanks, though. We're trying over here. Chat is asking, what about Season 7 of Exceed? Just you wait. That's the answer to that one. Just you wait.
Yeah, we're gonna announce news about Exceed in the near future. So.
Something. Who knows?
So wait up, but you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. Okay. Here we talked about entering the mass market before. Do we still plan to enter that?
Like I said, be the change that you want to see in the world, right? So I've got 2 mass market appropriate games that I am pitching to my distributors now. Both of these are also being managed by Quinn, who's here. One is called Cool Animal Facts, and it's a trivia game. And one of them is called Card Catcher, and it's a family dexterity game. And so both of these are near ready for press, or rather they're at press, or will be very shortly. So right now we're just trying to convince distributors to take a test run of them, to pick up a couple copies and try it out. But with how crowded the market is and the demand for for irreverent party games, it's been a tough sell. So it may be the kind of thing that we have to revise our launch plans for, and that's something that that I still need to sit down and chart out, is kind of the alternative paths. Where do we go if it doesn't go to to the mass market? How do we launch? Because mass picks up what does well in trade, and trade picks up what does well in hobby, and hobby tends to pick up what's done well direct. So it's kind of like you have to make your own success from scratch with a new game these days.
Brad, it's so hard.
It is like it's crowded, and there's not shortcuts, despite however much we wish or try.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what being open's all about. Well, I think that's about enough time. Brad, it's been an hour since we started the live cast, and I think it's high time to go. Any final words from you, Brad?
Well, I just want to say that I really appreciate everybody who signs in each month to listen and chat with us, and especially those of y'all who leave us comments and ask questions. And um, I I hope that we are providing something to you. I hope that this is that you have a good time hanging out with us, and that it's a positive experience for you. So
Yeah. You make it
I just
sound
want to say
so.
thanks to everybody.
Aw, Brad. You know what? I'm happy that you're here. I'm glad we get to talk to all of our fans. Every month, the next Level Up Live will again be next month, so I'll see all of you then. As for
Yeah.
me, I just want to tell everyone that Bandit Healer is still best fictional dad, I think. Um,
Yeah, way better than Joel.
Way better than Joel canonically. I want to say that if you guys want to see some interesting stuff happening in the community, if you've been into BattleCon before, there's a BattleCon tournament happening now. Migo Hunter is posting some gameplay VODs of BattleCon, so if you want to see some BattleCon tournament gameplay, it's all happening. Check the BattleCon Discord. Egg is still making the roguelike bullet mod. So if you guys want to see some cool bullet characters and cool bullet game modes, you can check the fan made of Bullet.
I need to check that out. That sounds like a pitch. It sounds like somebody sending me a pitch.
Yeah, it does, right? It does.
It does.
Yeah, Egg's already making components and stuff. There's like legendary actions and legendary patterns. There's like heroine classes that you start as.
No, like, I really want to play this. We need to schedule time. To play this game.
It's not done yet, Brad. So we'll see. Yeah, but you can watch the process of development in the fan made channel. And of course I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna chill after Brad leaves for like 5-10 minutes, and I'll we can just talk and hang out a little bit. But without much else to say, it has been me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as the Mechanic Critic, and with me has been the ever amazing, ever wonderful father of Level 99 Games himself.
Brad Dalton.
And thank you all so much for watching this Level Up Live, and remember, happy gaming!
Happy gaming, y'all. And Marco, special thanks to you for putting all this together again.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
This show wouldn't happen without Marco here to do basically all the heavy lifting. I just show up. So
hey, Brad, come on. The chemistry
no,
between
I
us
mean
is
it.
real.
I mean it, Marco. Thank you for making this happen.
Thank you all so much.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who's here who makes it happen too. So take care, y'all. We'll see you around, and once again, happy game.